The National Archives is now changing the way we take custody of records from federal agencies. We are now using the Electronic Records Archives, or ERA. ERA is not only a system for storing electronic records, we are currently transferring permanent textual records on a daily basis using ERA.
Before ERA, everything was paper-based. In the past, all textual records were transferred via the SF-258. The process could easily take months. This paper form has been completely replaced by an electronic process.
The Department of the Navy has always tried to be on what we call the bleeding edge of technology. We wanted to schedule some records in ERA early on. With me here is the USNS Card deck log from May of 1964.
USNS Card, built in 1942, Tacoma, Washington. It was an escort carrier, sank 8 German submarines. In 1964, its job was to transport helicopters to Saigon.
We utilized the Electronic Records Archive to first schedule these Military Sea Lift Command deck logs from a temporary 50-year record to now permanent for the life of the Republic.
At approximately 0500, an explosion occurred on the starboard side of the vessel's hull, below the waterline. Probably a swimmer swam to the ship, attached what they call a limpet mine. It took 18 days of work to render the cards seaworthy enough to be towed to Subic Bay for more extensive repair.
I received an email notification that a schedule had been approved within ERA. The next thing we did is we did a transfer request within the ERA portal itself.
So this is what Charlie submitted to us. We receive it in ERA, and it goes from proposed to ready for approval. ERA generates the transfer request number. The prefix will always be TR and a dash, and then a 4-digit record group number, the fiscal year for which it's being transferred, the sequence in which it was created, and that's how it's tracked. So we're looking at right now the approved version of the transfer request, and this lists out all the transfer numbers and the quantity of boxes. This title is the Military Sea Lift Command Ship Deck Logs. We have the inclusive dates, so these records cover many years. They cover 1947 to 1981. The contact information tab lists the person who created the transfer and then who submitted the transfer, and it happened to be Charlie Barth for both.
Everything we've done with transfer requests, everything we've done with scheduling, all the metadata is there, title, date created, etc.
Once the transfer request has been approved, we coordinate the transport of the records to the National Archives. Once we receive physical custody, we actually have the boxes in the building, and we verified the content of the boxes. We come back here to ERA, and we accept physical custody.
In the paper process, we had none of this visibility.
They don't have to pick up the phone and call, they don't have to send an email, they don't have to get voicemail, and wait for a response.
ERA makes it possible for records managers across the government to follow the transfer process every step of the way as records are transferred to the custody of the National Archives.